Hi, and welcome to my Sunday stream and scream of Danganronpa. You have anything to say about this? Nope. Alright, how about you? You guys are too slow! Well, we're not, you know, all athletic superstars. So what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing? But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Like?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, she'll totally respond to her master. Yeah, good idea. This is the room, right? Sure you don't have anything to say? Ooh, you do have something to say now. Hurry up and do it. Okay. I'm just really enjoying, you know, teaming up with him so much. Trim and a haircut. Shave and a haircut. That's what it is. Shave and a haircut. 2 bits. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Hi. How you doing? Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What?
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. It rubs the... Put the fucking lotion on your skin! Put the fucking lotion in the basket. It puts the lotion in the basket, or else it gets the hose again. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. Sorry. Nothing.
It's just that Ina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Hey, the stutter's back.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Just one itsy bitsy little second.
Won't allow it.
Won't allow what?
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Well, thanks for just slapping us in the face with that. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. She's been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer! Drive out the murderous fiend! It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there, so I tried to bust down the door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer... How dense is our main character? I mean, sincerely.
But...
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Master, you're up! Could you, do a little... come out of her room?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Bakula! Bakula? Bakula?
It's Byakuya.
It's Byakuya. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. Couldn't keep her promise. So Byakuya knows that she's Genocide Jack? Or but Bakula. As opposed to Blackula, I guess. So does that mean that if he already knew that and he could have set her up to be exposed? In which case, why? Why? Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Wait, fucking what? Hey, Byakuya, what is Toko talking about just now? About a promise? I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure.
Stop talking.
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. What are you up to? Oh, yeah. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well, then let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Blackula, come back! I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. Okay. If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It all makes sense once you're inside. I assumed I needed to go in here because it was the only place that we had never been in this room, so wow! What a mess. Whoa, there are so many books and files. And so much dust,
So
too.
in
This is
other
a
words-
sinus nightmare! Sinus nightmare! I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Okay. Files! There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges on the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord? Sorry, I was trying to remember... Can I back out and go... God damn it, you won't let me go look at it. I was trying to remember what Chihiro was tied up with. And when he said extension cord, I was thinking that could totally have been an extension cord. Or two. You think it was rope? It would look like rope? I thought it was white. White and looking like a cord. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover this value for yourself. There's a ton of thick files stuffed into the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos of all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. There are internal documents for police eyes only. Not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. There's so many file stuff on the shelf. What are in all these things? These documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with the real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. Ooh, light. It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library earlier. Do you have a problem with the lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. But where's the extension cord? This same thing. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to have selected that file.
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room, back here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. So what you're saying is this back room could have possibly given you lots and lots of details of what a Genocide Jack murder scene would look like. Watch that Monokuma is part of the Council of Shadows. I wouldn't put it past him, especially with that whole, like, two-facedness. Maybe he left the extension cord over at Toko's. You know, maybe. This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guy's problem. And that it doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that, it's just... It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but, I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show how much Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps... the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple, those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, then you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times. There's no doubt. Hold on a second. You've read all of these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers, as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you. There's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that castle. And I have within me the bloodline that would allow to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a killer, I must know all levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and material that interests me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And that always interests me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through this report has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. Wow, you're fucked in the head. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
Right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack case has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same to what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise. The best is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only one who knew about that particular fact were the members of the police and the other higher-ups, and yourself, Byakuya. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was almost certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack. You see, I'm not at all impressed by you because I am as clever as you are. And, you know about the facts, my dear. Which, to me, is only confirming the fact that you fucked this whole entire scene up. And now I'll never be able to figure out who the real fucking killer is because you had to go and fuck with the crime scene! That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. And Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us?
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Whoa! I would have to respect you for you to be any kind of superior for me. Thank you very much. And I don't respect you.
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Alright, so he's into boys. That's what we learned today. Feel free to look at it here, but you can't take it with you. He handed me the file and I flipped through with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I'd reached the page with the photos from the crime scenes for the scene of each crime had been collected. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuhiro Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kano Isai, 14, Takeshi Yoshida, 30, Komasuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it, but one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. Next page. Profiling results. All the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was an external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words...
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story! But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know, I feel like my mind has gone numb. Alright, so that's been added to the handbook. Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya! As usual, he left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Just all of a sudden like that? Yes, now that he has led you by the nose exactly where he wants you to go because he knows that you have high influence during a court trial, he's gonna go ahead and part ways.
I don't have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together this whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. Or maybe manipulated? At the same time, I uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed— No! He's not the one that killed Chihiro. Genocide Jack is being set up. I'm positive, beyond the shadow of a doubt in this situation. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. To do that, there's somewhere that I have to investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. When this goes up on YouTube, please give me that thumbs up. It really does help the channel. It brings in new viewers. It helps us get some views on other channels as suggested videos or as recommended channels. And it helps drive that YouTube algorithm to promote the growth of our channel, and I want our little family to grow. Wouldn't the chat be so much fun with more people to chit-chat with? Yes. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate you coming and keeping me company and listening to my ramblings and outrageous theories sometimes. Alright. Bye, bye, bye. Oh. Okay. Am I not supposed to go over there? Who's that child?